Welcome back to my workshop. I'm Iron Bear. As you can see, we're suffering through a pretty tough winter here in Connecticut, so I took a break from shoveling snow off my roof and picked up the Cygnar Battle Box. Battle boxes are an excellent way for new players to get into Warmachine, and of course, Cygnar's is the best. The Cygnar Battle Box comes with the quick start rules and 3 warjacks, the Charger with its battle hammer and dual cannon, the Lancer with shock shield, war spear, and an arc node for casting spells, and the Ironclad with its devastating quake hammer. It also has one Warcaster, Commander Coleman Striker. While he has 2 solid weapons, his sword Quicksilver and a disruptor pistol, his real strength lies in his spells, especially Earthquake, Snipe, and Arcane Shield, and his feat, Invincibility. First, let's look at the Charger. I like the new plastic warjacks. They are well made and not too difficult to build. The gun is 2 pieces and the barrel fits only one way, so you can't mess that up. There is some flash, but it's not very hard to trim. I use an X-Acto knife, but some people might prefer a file. The battle hammer arm comes in 3 pieces, and they can be a little tricky to put together. Be sure to dry fit everything so you see how it goes together before you add glue. The torso and legs are in a separate plastic case, along with the steam boiler, smokestack, and of course, the base. The steam boiler slots right into the back. And the smokestack slots right into the top. Be sure the armor on the smokestack is facing front. Once again, the legs are slotted so you can't put them in the wrong way. I like the way Privateer Press does this, but it makes conversions more challenging. For now, I'm sticking with the way they made it. Again, make sure you dry fit the pieces to be sure you see how they go together. I like to glue the model to the base as soon as it has legs so it can stand up. That way it won't be leaning over on the arms as I put them on. Be sure the arms go in the way you want them to. I put the battle hammer on so it looks like the jack is taking a nice big wide swing. Altogether, it's a pretty big model for a light warjack. The detail on all the plastic jacks I've worked on is even better than on the older metal jacks. Next up is the Lancer. First, with the Lancer, you will find that the torso and legs are exactly the same as the Charger. In the game, they explain both warjacks were made from the same chassis, so it makes sense. This bothers me a bit in that the only thing different on the jacks is the head and the arms. That said, the arms and the head do a great job of making them look distinct. So just rewind and take a look at how I put the Charger together in the last part of the video. The Lancer comes with a war spear as opposed to a lance and a shock shield, but first I attach the head so the arms don't get in the way. The plastic light warjack heads bother me. They just aren't as well sculpted as the metal heads. They are thinner and the back part looks like it was just forgotten about. In the future, I may order a metal warjack head from their parts shop to put it on instead. The shock shield has an extra piece to help it fit on the arm. This curved piece has a tab that fits into a slot in the back of the shield. The fist and the upper arm can be tricky. Be sure to check how it goes together before adding glue. Next, I put the arm on the model. I kept it real close to the model to give the feeling that the Lancer is peeking out from behind it. There's a small plastic pin on the shield that fits into a corresponding hole in the fist. When they line up, the shield is easy to attach. Next, I decided to do a small conversion on the spear. I want to make it an overhand stance, an easy conversion, and one that will make the model stand out. Basically, I cut both ends of the spear off and reversed them. After cutting off the ends, I hollowed out the shaft a little bit with a small pin vise bit, and then reattached them. This allows the hand to be put in an upward position instead of downward, adding, I think, a bit of drama to the model. Finally, be sure to put the arc node on. There's a small slot in the back where it fits in, not hard at all. It's a good looking model, but after I got it together I noticed some of the flash around the boiler. I'll have to go back and trim that. Next, the Ironclad. The Ironclad is exactly the same model from the Heavy Warjack kit, except it doesn't have the extra arms and heads for the Defender and the Cyclone. I have decided that a jack chassis is too good to pass up, so I'm going to magnetize the arms and heads so I can interchange the pieces for more model options. First, be sure to trim the flash. There is some especially egregious flash on the smokestacks. I'm going to place all the magnets before assembling any of the model. For each magnet, I use a small pin vise to drill a pilot hole where I want the magnet to go. This will help guide the Dremel as I cut into the model. The Dremel bit that I use is a bit smaller than the magnet, so I widen the hole ever so slightly to allow the magnet to fit. Next, I trim the hole with an X-Acto knife. To make sure the magnet polarity is correct for all the pieces I have, I check it with an arm that already has a magnet. Then I paint the end that will go into the model. I use plenty of glue. This magnet needs to be held securely in place to hold up the rest of the arm. Be sure to use something non-metal to push it into place or it'll just come right back out on you. And it needs to be flush. Now I need to add a magnet to the arm. This is a tricky part because the arm joint isn't very deep. You also need to be pretty straight down the arm shaft so the Dremel doesn't pop out the side. I've already determined the polarity and painted the magnet, so I'm just going to put it in. Remember, don't see how well this works until the glue is good and dry, or the magnets will just pull out and you'll have to do it again. Trust me, I know. Those are the basics of placing magnets. I'm going to refer you to my other video on magnetizing the Heavy Warjack kit, so this video doesn't get too long. The link is in the comments section. Next are the legs. They too are slotted, so you can't put them in the wrong way. Be sure to fit test everything before gluing. The torso fits right into the hip piece on top of the legs. I put glue on the tops of the pistons for some extra support. The boiler fits right into the back. Make sure the pipes on the boiler come together with the pipes on the torso. Now my jack can be configured to make any of 3 Heavy Warjacks. Today though, it's the Ironclad. Finally, we come to Commander Coleman Stryker, Cygnar's quintessential warcaster. He comes in 6 pieces, legs and torso, 2 arms, a head, a smokestack piece for his power armor, and the base. The legs and torso fit together very well, and quite easily. Again, I like to attach models to the base early on, so they can stand while waiting for heads and arms to dry. The smokestack is next. It slots right into the back. The head also slots into the torso. I like the goggles detail. All of the Cygnar Warcasters have goggles. Well, except Kane, but he's a head case. I like that they have kept the goggles. You wouldn't want to lose an eye in the middle of battle. Might be inconvenient. The sword arm is also easy to pop on. By now, you should know my feelings on dry fitting. And last but not least, the gun arm. The model has great detail. The pose is dynamic, if a little defensive, but it's different from the other Stryker models. It will fit in well with my P-Striker variant, Epic Stryker, and the Iron Kingdom model of Royal Guard Stryker. I could use that as a Journeyman Warcaster or a Gun Mage Captain Adept. So there you have it, the Cygnar Battle Box. I hope this video was informative. I'm Iron Bear, thank you for watching.